Good morning, everybody. I will start this event, or the first Parliament of the Future, with congratulations, young people, for another International Youth Day. It is your day today, and please use it cleverly and with action. We are here together with, I cannot calculate in this moment how much people are on Zoom, but approximately 50 people from different countries from the region, from 7 countries from the region, on the first Parliament of the Future. This event is in the framework of the YouthDigiZone. It is a regional project inspired and initiated due to the issues that young people were facing during the COVID-19 crisis. Together with me in this studio, which we made for you to see us on a more clear way, not to be just on the Zoom with our faces directly in the camera, are Andrei Stoikovsky. He is volunteer from Youth Alliance Crucial, and Anelia Mitrov. I'm very sad that she cannot be in the Zoom, but she's supporting the technical team behind the cameras. By the way, the YouthDigiZone is project that is supported by Balkan Trust for Democracy and USAID. And this project is initiated, as I said, in 2020 because we, the partners in the project considered that young people should have different options for regional cooperation, particularly during this kind of crisis. When I'm saying different options, I'm meaning on innovative options with focus on digital options as we are today. Regarding the partners of the project and who are the partners of the project, I will invite people who are together with me today in order they to shortly, very shortly, with one sentence present who they are and from which organization they are coming. So, Francesca, since I am seeing you now, welcome. Can you share with us from where you are coming? Network. The project Of course, we will enjoy. We have the full support from everybody of you, so it will be joyful, I hope. Thank you, Francesca, very much. Jenna, or somebody from Bosnia and Herzegovina, from Samaya? Do we have somebody from the organization? Or anybody from Bosnia who can present the partner organization, Educative Center Maya? We have representatives. Come on, people, don't be shy. Bosnians today are. Ah, hello. Thank you that you are together with us today. It's very nice. Thank you very much for good energy. I am, it's coming the start of the Parliament of the Future like Eurovision, but I didn't want just to read the names of the partners, so therefore I am inviting you. So, Stefan from Serbia, are you here? Okay, okay, I'm sorry. I am still not used so much to be in the future. So, thank you very much for suggestions. Stefan from Serbia, are you here with us? Stefan Živković from Beta, Serbia? Hello, Stefan, how are you? So, send information, Stefan, how much important, how much innovative parliament of the future to Europeans we will have today. So, Bismir from Kosovo, I saw you that you are here from iChat. Hello, how are you? Can you be a little, just to say few words about iChat, or if you're not able, it's okay. From our in our consortium, partner from Kosovo is iChat. Bismit is here together with us. Hello. Thank you also, Bismit, for the short introduction. Dora, Dora from IS, Croatia. Is she here? Dora. Hi, Dora. I have two cameras and now I don't know where to watch. So, hi, Dora, how are you? Okay, thank you Dora very much. Thank you for all of you that also we are missing our partners from Montenegro because as you know in Montenegro is summer in this period and they are on the beach, not like us here with air condition. Partners from Montenegro are charmed, so just we to mention them, but we have people from Montenegro together with us. So, striving towards it to continue with our event, it would not be possible if we don't have the partners this event and also if we don't have our supporters. We have a lot of people today from different Europe houses in our country, from Europe House in Skopje, Europe House in Strumica, and Europe House in Kriva Palanka. Thank you guys that you are together with us, that demonstrated interest to be together with us on this interesting event. We will see how we will pass. So just the people who are together with us be familiarized what we will going to do today. So we have on the first part of the event guest speakers who will present what means democracy but in practical way. Because in order we to be productive citizens in our societies, in order we to be productive youth citizens in our region, we should know what kind of mechanisms we have in order we to be to present our ideas, but also our region or in our countries. So, therefore, we invited different decision makers from our societies. They to present us what means these democratic processes and what is the difference between the representative, participatory, and deliberative democracy. On the second part of the event, it's youth time. We pronounce this element or this section like it's youth time. So during this time, you will have opportunity to share with us your thinking. What is the key issues which the young people are facing during this crisis? Because this crisis is not no ending crisis. I have this kind of feeling. It's lasting. And what are the key, how to say, challenges that the young people are facing? We will select several of these challenges and issues, and then we will talk together how we can articulate these issues and your proposals for solutions in our system. In order they to be heard and they to be answered by our decision makers, we should know which are the, how to say, structures that we should use. So I hope you all agree with our structure of the event and that you will be actively involved. Of course, I will provide, how to say, several minutes about questions and answers if you have some questions for our guest speakers. But I don't want it to have classical event, speeches and then questions and answers. Just if something is not clear for the second part of the event, for the youth parliament of the future, then I will invite you for questions regarding our guest speakers. So it's my pleasure to invite Ms. Bisera Kostadinovska-Stoichevska. She is member of the Parliament of Assembly of Republic of North Macedonia. I am considering Bisera as young person. According to our law, Bisera, I think you are in young persons or not? Hello, Bisera. Yes, super. So you are a young member of the Parliament, and it will be nice that young people should see you and listen to you that it's possible you to be part of the democratic processes. First of all, thank you very much that you accepted our invitation, and I welcome you to share your experiences, how it is to be part of our democratic system during this COVID-19 crisis. Thank you very much, Visara. It was inspirative. I hope I pronounced in a good way. I tried to catch the key words of your speech. Change is several times mentioned. Productive, participation, little bit, little more democratic. I found it interesting. And the last element which I catched with the notes is very connected with our slogan. Be a voice, not an echo is our slogan. And you said, find a way how to the democracy is way the voice to be heard. So we are doing the same. Now the young people to be heard. Thank you very much. So let's see how is the situation in Kosovo. Is for Miss Ariana Muslim here. Bismir, Miss Ariana is here. If she's here, okay. If not, we will continue with Miss Elizabeth Akevic. Can I kindly ask somebody to confirm if Miss Ariana is with us here or not? Okay, so we are continuing with Miss Elizabeth Akevic. because it was announced. I'm sorry, Elizabeth, that I did
No,
this.
it's fine,
Okay.
it's fine.
Okay, so first of all, thank you very much, Elizabeth, that you are together with us. Elizabeth is, oh my God, can I kindly ask you to introduce yourself in front of the, it's long sentence, but I don't want to make some mistakes. So please.
Okay. First of all, thank you for inviting me. I don't have a lot of experience. I'm only for a few months. I was active for the last 2 years on volunteering base, but currently I've been a president of a non-adequate local board in Zagreb. It's basically a board that represents more than 10,000 people. It has a in Zagreb. So basically, the most important solutions also use a local board that's actually it's really the most visible the more people you walk outside your house and see that something has really been changed and that something has impacted lives of other people instantly. It really changes your quality of life when you have more green spaces in the neighborhood, when you have better cycling infrastructure, when you have better access to other people. Have solved different changes. actually see what can be made. I'm also politics. Capital education. Here actually for young people things that we need to change. That's pretty much it. We were debating most important topics for building however, most of care about so there's a lot of things that things that I learned generally. Most importantly, our government has recently put a plan, and it is a plan for the next 1 year strategy for recovery and progress. Of policies. It didn't even consider also a huge problem with people that are unemployed. And it's something that's pretty much it. That's
Elizabeth, I have one question directly for you. Are you proud of some change that you have achieved directly within the system? Okay. Okay. Okay, I think it are the spaces for passengers for walking. Congratulations for this change, and I'm pretty sure you are young lady. Pretty sure the big steps are in front of us, so we will do bigger change. Thank you very much for this speech. Also, I tried to catch words from you. What are the key words? I think it is very subjective collection of words. It's not objective, but arguments was maybe the first word that you used. Visible way of practicing democracy, then national, national and local connection. I am now rephrasing somehow, and then comprehensive strategy. The word comprehensive, I catch it in your speeches. Let's continue with. I hope now the people around me announce me, Andre announced me that Miss Adriana Shoshi is now here, or I am wrong. She's okay, so she can be together with us. Welcome, welcome, Miss Shoshi. Hello, hello. Thank you very much for accepting the invitation of our partner today. Just one question, and then you are free. How much? What is the parliament in Kosovo a gender balance parliament? Is the parliament in Kosovo is gender balance parliament? Super. And how much young people do you get in the parliament? I'm sorry. And then we are living. If you have I totally understand now the situation that you are handling in the parliament. Thank you very much that even grab 1 2 minutes to be with us. Yes, we will share with you the discussion through our partner in Kosovo. And definitely we will appreciate your recommendations or notes and even congratulations to the young people. Thank you very much, Ms. Shoshi, that you were here. Thank you, thank you. Okay, okay, thank you. Uh, because we are waiting with Mr. Jafai from Albania to come in 12 o'clock, maybe, because Bisera and Elisabetta are together with us now. Maybe the young people from different countries in the region and cities in North Macedonia have some questions or, I don't know, some suggestions to the people, to our decision makers, etc. I'm sorry that I'm always watching in my computer. I'm sorry. Now I'm watching in the camera. You can see me from the camera. So if you have some questions or some, I don't know, suggestions or something that you can talk a little with Bisera and Elisabetta, it's now your time. Just give me your hand inside and we will welcome you for your questions. Do we have or not? Don't you? We don't have the most common word on the board. We have super. Okay, go. Donada. Donada. Yes. Okay. Donada. Okay. Welcome and go ahead with your question or suggestion or comment. Yes. Abisa, I hope you are still here. Okay. Okay, thank you, Bisara. Maybe we have one more, I don't know, remark, suggestion, question. We have time for one more. Do we have? Yes, we have or not? Andre, maybe you have some questions. Okay.
Čekaj, izključi zvuk. Ajde, se uključi se sve.
Hi. First of all, we have introduced me. I'm a specialist and volunteer in Utilized Kushelo. So my question is for both, like regarding how do you find out about the needs and like when you're making the policies, like how do you find about the needs of the young people that they have in their everyday life? So also in Croatia, but also in Albania. I'm curious about that. Thank you.
Elisabetta, are you here? Can you? Yes. Okay, Gisela, is it okay if you are here? Okay. Just a I want to grab a little time. Andre is a board of the member, is member, board member, I'm sorry, of National Youth Council. So you can use him or in the process. Thank you very much. So starting to finalize the first part, I know that there are new people who also want to ask, but let's firstly finish with Mr. Etienne Jafai. It's my proposal. Firstly, we to finish with his formal, but I don't consider as formal part, and then we will talk a lot. So thank you very much for understanding. Mr. Etienne Jafai, are you here, Mr. Jafai? Sure. Thank you very much for accepting the invitation of our partners in our. Okay. So let's talk a little about the difference between the representative participatory and deliberative democracy in Albania. How is the situation there? It's nice when we are natural during the digital events. But it's nice. Okay. No.
terms, I'm a member of parliament, so I feel like on your terms, you are also unfortunately even virus. construction. The news is not good. We always look at the bad side of the person here, and we're keeping people say they are hopeless just because of
Bravo. Thank you, Mr. Jafar. It was inspirative. It's nice. Let's listen and understand the young people now and see what are their challenges and issues. We have here from 7 countries young people. Now it's time for it's youth time. We are saying that now is youth time. So I'm kindly asking the participants on this Parliament of the Future, they to write the key challenges that they are facing by themselves, like young people in the society. People who want, they can elaborate also. Say, I don't know, 2, 3 people, maybe 5 people can also elaborate shortly the challenges or the issues. So you can write in the chat, but also you can elaborate your challenges, and then we will select which are the most important challenges of the young people in the region. And then we will find together solutions for these challenges. But first, let's analyze which are our brainstorming. Brainstorming is the right word. Which are our challenges. I am opening the floor for the writing and elaborating the challenges of young people in the region. You can start with writing, and I am waiting your hands for elaborating. Let's try to be Parliament of the future. But use Parliament of the future on Zoom, the most used word in the previous year. Are you listening to me or are you on some beach? Come on. Now it's your time. It's your time. You to write. I'm not reading.
Objasnim podobro.
Okay, my colleagues think that you are not understandable for you. So, okay, yeah, they're understanding me. Lack of our challenges. It's not my challenges, it's youth challenges. So you are writing in the chat. People who want also to elaborate the youth issues, youth challenges are also welcome. For example, there are hands.
To use the hands.
Yes, and you to use the hands in order we to see who wants to elaborate. Writing, raising the hand, elaborating. Is it clear now? Come on, people, I want to see your face. Is it clear? Put me like this if it's clear. Okay. So maybe your house Skopje wants to elaborate quality learning. Do you want? I don't want to force you. I just want to invite you. For somebody else? Yes, I'm hearing you, Maria. Go ahead. What is according to you the biggest challenge?
To involve in politics and policies and decision making. Young people, our parents leave it all to themselves. Like you don't need to know anything. It's fine. School, everything will be fine. Or, for example, leave the country as soon as you can. Yeah, so most of young people perspective in our country are not interested in politics and the must to the superior.
John. Okay. Okay, Maria, that was? Is it everything set from your side?
I have another thing, and the biggest issue for me is young people leaving these small countries and old people coming back, and and because of that, our countries are stagnating.
Okay. No, it's nice, Maria. Thank you very much that you jumped into discussion. I saw one hand. Europe House Skopje. Okay, go ahead, my friends from Europe House Skopje. You can elaborate or you can give more challenges. Okay.
Really important
I agree. I agree. No, then
physical health is also endangered if they try to
okay, thank you very much. Nicholas, and this also is having some elaboration of some specific youth issue challenge. Nicholas and Islavic? You are missing the school. Okay, thank you, Nicholas. Bisera, our guest speaker, Bisera, go ahead. You have to, okay, go ahead.
literacy, and that is actually now in the literacy people starting to it. We need media literacy of any kind. We need more human approach to education. So that we can understand democracy. I worked on a project for institutional years ago. They had special topic on democracy at every single level. They did because they wanted how to participate in democracy everywhere. In your home, school, out with your friends, everywhere. Today, it's how culture schools, and it became alive, and it's so good for us as a country. At the same time, not to the is that it work for us, but we are sure that we can continue if on any kind of topic, not just I always say, and I always preface that education is absolutely if you want to be better citizens, you have to be better citizens. Sometimes in a good way, and if it's I'm always because if we want to become Germany, for example, let's see how they did it. So I'm always want to find a way real quick to this actually.
Thank you, Lisa. Thank you. Maria also is having a hand. Right. Maria?
Yeah.
Mhm.
For something because you're in the house for days, you're not out.
Mhm.
I'm sorry if I said this, but not you know, they're listening to how
subject?
Project study, yeah, never had it.
Okay, okay. Thank you, Maria. So let's read some of the problems that were listed, like lack of youth involvement, quality learning, outdated education, um, job loss, access to health care. Yes, access to health care. Lack of prioritization given to the environment, mindset of young people, lack of youth policies, especially during the pandemic, youth unemployment, pressure of materialism, disappropriate, disproportionate, I'm sorry, I'm not so good, but something is this between different regions. Then uncertainty about the future, lack of promotion of control, model, lack of qualitative education. Then I think connection between business sector and education, lack of youth representative youth councils, youth centers, young people leaving the countries, departure of young people, okay, education, departure, youth employment, job loss, etc. So I hope I'm very ready for pool. Huh? Is there okay? If we are not, this again, okay, don't
We are.
anxious. Huh? Yeah, so now my colleagues will try. Association inclusive is now also is having some elaboration, then we will go with pool, okay? Okay, this one? Hello. Yes, if we now lose you, Mr. Yes, it's okay, that's not for you? Yeah, okay. Okay, thank you very much. Okay,
As for my comment, I would like to, one of the biggest problems that affected Macedonia during the pandemic crisis, that people lost their job and also they didn't have any opportunity to get the quality education. So right now, we are facing with one of the expense of the youth unemployment in Europe as for people in a high third place. So I hope that this will be over very soon and that will establish our young people on firm grounds again. That is thank you very much and congratulations on your
Oh,
thank you, Vanessa. Thank you that you are again with us, together with us. As always, you are supporting. Mr. Jafari, can you jump now in the discussion?
great. We have a bias in our society because of social media.
Вибрам прашањата, немам толку очи.
as far as job employment is,
Thank you, Mr. Jafai. Let's go with Europe House Kriva Palanka.
Što ne se sluša na Zoom? Nešto.
Before the pandemic, our school provided smart boards for each teacher, and that made the education, the online education, more effective. And but those were meant for subjects like maths, physics, chemistry, biology, but not for the physical education. Obviously, we cannot do sport online. That's such a big issue for young athletes who would like to continue. But also many competitions and sport events were able to be held. But the one good thing that this provides us is strengths in nature that haven't been practiced before. And so we all hope that this pandemic won't last any longer because it really affects the society and the young people and their visions for the future. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. I didn't notice your name, but I'm sorry. Okay? Thank you very much, Goran. So let's try to make a pool with all of your let's say challenges and issues, social challenges and issues. My colleagues try to catch everything what was mentioned here and everything what was written. If we have some gaps, you will not. So let's vote. Let's vote. What do you think? If there are gaps, please have understanding for us because we are in same time working, listening, moderating, following the discussion, etc. But I think, okay, let's vote. I'm inviting you for voting.
21 od 26 ima glasan. Го гледаш ти? Како не?
Јас гледам.
Аз кај ти?
Не, да се стане образование.
А може да не помогнеш от това?
Да, чекай малко да може. Не, то само трябва да се знае.
Окей, дай ми да говориш с компютър.
Само за да education.
Много фейк информация, само ти първите три...
Разпоредило около това, около нашия студент.
На мют си?
Да, това е съгласно.
Той има после второ как беше, Youth Security Lab, Uncertainty About the Future.
И трябва първите три.
Outdated education, fake information, misinformation и immigration.
Не се поред.
Така се, Андрей.
Ама има...
Outdated има... Гледаш? 17, не бе 26%.
Първо е education.
Outdated education.
После второ ти е uncertainty about the future.
Uncertainty
about the future. Църтичка Youth Security of Life. И трето ти е lack of youth involvement in decision-making process.
Lack of youth involvement. Окей, тия са?
Да.
Ще ме поддържаш, Андрей, ако защото много лошо хапиш. So, we have the winners after that. Okay, it's already red. Now, okay, outdated education is the winner. It's the first challenge that young people from the region think that it's the priority, let's say. Fake information or misinformation is the second one.
No, the second is uncertainty about the future youth security of life.
Okay, the uncertainty about the future youth security of life. And the third is lack of youth involvement in the decision-making processes. So I am getting older, so therefore I need a little help. So these are the top three challenges that young people in the region are facing. Then towards to keep our program, we are coming very, very close to the end of the discussion. But I would like to, let's say, prolong a little 5 minutes the event, or maximum 10 minutes, in order to see or to listen what kind of solutions the young people are proposing for these top three challenges that are for them top three challenges. So now I'm inviting you for elaborating your solutions for outdated education, then lack of young people insecurity on the future, and lack of youth involvement, youth involvement in the processes. So do we have some icebreaker or some solution? Somebody to share with us the solution of these top priorities? Just raise the hand, and I will know that you want to share with us some solution. We should also...
we have from Kostian.
Okay. Kostian? Kostian?
Thank you. I wanted to share my opinion mostly on school systems because I also have worked for my master thesis on that topic, let's say. So the single proposal that I think also in our young people have proposed also in our initiatives have been the updating of school curricula. So school curricula to be, let's say, close in Western Balkans. So each country, for example, Macedonia would have similar curricula, but focus mostly on topics such as active citizenship, democratization, environmental education, topics that are not covered, let's say, in our actual curriculum, which is not updated for the challenges of the future. And also we have a school curriculum which also involve coding or informatic, let's say, parts which are really for the future. And by updating these curricula and having curricula that involve all these topics, we will have a better education system and our young people will be more prepared, I think. Thank you.
Okay. And now some solution from Europe House Skopje. Thank you, Kostian, by the way. Thank you for the solution. Europe House Skopje, do we have some solution? Do you listen to me?
Yeah, in terms of outdated education, which was one of the biggest problems, I think that there has to be reform in regards to how students are taught information and what type of assignments they're doing. So for example, during online school, it was quite difficult to do standardized tests, simply because there was no system in place that prevented cheating or that prevented, or that, kept academic integrity intact. That's why I think that the education system should be more flexible in terms of having a project-based learning methods, sort of more interactive learning methods, and also to ensure that the education system is making active citizens. So to have systems in place that ensure that, students have opportunities to engage in their community, to engage society, to have youth projects and youth activism. So the question is, are we having an education system that is making citizens of the future, or that is allowing students, when they graduate, to actually be involved in their community? So that's one of the things that I think should be reformed about the outdated education system that has only been exacerbated by the pandemic and online learning.
Okay, hi everyone, this is Laura from the Institute for Democracy. I will just talk a little bit about the lack of participation of young people in the decision-making process. I think that a great step was the law on youth participation, which was adopted in January 2020 here in North Macedonia. However, there is a huge problem with the legislation adopted across Western Balkans, and especially, not just especially, but here in North Macedonia as well, is lack of implementation and lack of oversight. There's one thing I always stress is that our parliament and our MPs are not just voting machines and are not just representatives. They're also there to exercise oversight over the executive and over the implementation of these laws. So right now we need oversight over the implementation of the law of youth participation here in Macedonia, because first and foremost, not all municipalities have a youth representatives, although this law envisages such a position. Moreover, when the Club for Youth was formed in the parliament in 2017, was formed with the aim to actually include young people in the decision-making process. However, we see right now that it's lacking, this process is lacking, first because of objective reasons, COVID-19. However, as Adora and other members said, now it's a digital world, and the parliament could have surpassed this moment and include youth people through digitalization. I know, and Bisara also said that there were a lot of challenges in boycotting and blocking in the parliament, but hopefully in the future we will have MPs and representatives that are far more constructive rather than political and voting machines, as I said in the beginning. So yeah. First of all, we have the adoption of new legislation on youth participation, which Macedonia already has. Hopefully, other countries have it too. But on the other hand, we need implementation and oversight over the implementation of these laws and how these laws are actually affecting young people.
Thank you very much. Let's go to Elisabetta Gigic and then Francesca. So, Elisabetta, do you have some?
Yes, I'd like to propose a solution for outdated education. So I believe the core problem for poor quality education, at least in Croatia, is insufficient government funding. And I believe that our authorities need to invest more in our teachers in order for us to have a better education. And that also means that the government needs to prioritize education. And unfortunately, It wasn't like that over the years. And also regarding lack of youth involvement and in decision making, I think the core issue is that our political parties always run their campaigns advertising themselves towards older generations. They were always talking about the past. They were always talking about topics that are not of interest for younger people. And I believe that with the rising of political platforms and political parties that actually talk about issues that are of concern for younger generations, I believe that that is actually the best way to include more young people in those kind of discussions and to encourage them to participate more.
Thank you very much, Elisabetta. Francesca?
Okay, I would like to suggest a solution about lack of youth involvement in the decision-making process. From what I know, most of the countries do have a youth law for participation or empowerment. But what I don't know is if all the countries do have a monitoring system about the implementation of the laws and what is provided on it, and a dedicated budget for the implementation of the law. And I think that it is very important for us to monitor the laws and the policies that we have regarding the youth, but also to have some dedicated budget about that. And youth entities should be together to request those monitoring system, but also this dedicated budget. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. We have, I think, once more. Okay, Mr. Jafai, and then Europe House copy again. Okay.
Thank you. Elisabetta, I'm just trying to provide insight. I don't want to be the devil's advocate, but my experience is that governments usually confuse better education with more education. And I think that is one of the critical flaws of every system in every country of the world. Meaning that what you're asking for is very, very crucial. 2 years ago, I was deputy foreign minister, and I started a project with a couple of deputy ministers, two very, very capable young ladies. We're trying to see how we can help Albania move into this fourth industrial revolution. And so we did a study that was basically a project between 3 people who were full-time deputy ministers, but who at the same time were young people interested in finding out what the issue was. The main issue for the IT sector in Albania is that because of our education reform, when we gave more freedom to universities, the professors who make the curricula at universities stick to what they know. So they, in the public sector in Albania, they were teaching programs that were completely outdated, but like by 30 years, DOS 2. And these students, they were spending weeks studying things that were not really usable for the market, for their employment, or for anything. And what we found out is that there is an intrinsic resistance to learning and to innovation by the academic institutions. Now, of course, being deputy ministers, you cannot come out and say that, look, the independent academic boards don't know how to innovate, because it's politically incorrect. I think that a very good, for me as a future policymaker, a very good springboard for this would be, you should work more closely with students to ask for curriculums. So when they go and study IT, when they go and study economics, they should not ask for Karl Marx, who wrote in 1863. They should ask for somebody who's current, Friedman, Krugman. So I think that for this to work, we should empower people in universities to ask for what they want and to be loud about it. We had a protest 3 years ago, 2.5 years ago. We changed the Minister of Education because the protest was not addressed at the Minister of Education, but the protest was a moment of reflection for the government. If this were to happen over curricula, governments, not just the Albanian, governments and politicians would react to that. If students ask to know specific programming languages instead of the history of ICT, they would need to change. Otherwise, a private university would do this. So I think that this would help us a lot more, and it would answer this question, because the previous government in Albania did precisely what I said earlier. They were asked for better education, they provided more education. So the difference is not that we have more employed youth at the time, is that we had more educated, unemployed youth. And I think that's one of the strange things. And not just because she's from Albania, but I fully agree with Francesca. Accountability is very important. So I am, from September, I will be a member of parliament. Francesca, Donada, and all the Albanians, they should hold me accountable. So monitoring how the implementation of laws is going and writing to members of parliament and bugging them about this should also be something that I can't say youth organizations or the young, because the level of organization, even when I was young, we were not that organized. But I think that accountability is very important. So if you keep on asking governments to monitor how the implementation, especially of these youth laws is, because laws are usually made as one size fits all. They're silver bullets to kill a bigger evil. But I think if you force institutions, governments, parliamentarians to be accountable for what they've passed, I think that is much better. And I think it would make for better parliamentarians, even though it may make some step out of office.
Thank you very much, Mr. Japai. I want to give the floor to the young people, therefore I was trying to cut you. So Europe House Skopje, Angela, then Donada, in order and I hope we will finalize the parliament of the future. Europe House Skopje, welcome. I'm sorry that I cut it you previously.
Hello from me. I'm Sara Histeska, one of the Young European Ambassador. And one of the best things of being here is that you have an opportunity to meet and associate with wonderful young people. But on this International Youth Day, I must conclude that being a young person in 2020 wasn't easy at all. And here we are today discussing the parliament of the future and the future of the youth. And in the political rhetorics, we can overhear that young people are the future, but in order to be drivers of a positive change in the future, there must be active and responsible citizens today. And quality education has a crucial role to play in these processes. There is no doubt that young people from the Western Balkans are facing many challenges, but I often want to say that while the challenges are great, so are the opportunities. And like Mr. Jafai said, it's all about the opportunities. The network of Young European Ambassadors is a great example how these challenges can be overcome and how reconciliation can be turned into cooperation and how young people can be drivers of a change on national and regional level. Our role as Young European Ambassadors is exactly that, to be that bridge that we will connect young people with the opportunities. Although we started during a pandemic where we were obligated most of the activities to be online, as a digital youth, we used digital opportunities to spread our message with a wider audience, to reach as many people, young people as possible, and to create more inclusive regional cooperation. Thank you.
Thank you, Sara. Angela? Angela Shecerovic.
Yes, hi. I'm from Bosnia. I'm the part of the Pasamaya Educational Center. I wanted to say, for the lack of youth involvement in the decision-making process, I think it's very important that the youth is educated on how actually important their voice is. Just through this education that we had for the past 2 hours and all the previous ones, I first have learned how important my voice can be in the whole decision-making. And I think if other people my age were educated about that, I think it will make a lot of difference, and the decisions would be solely based on them, and they actually could use their voice to have some good in the world and some good in our country.
Thank you, Angela. Thank you. Now, Donada.
Yes, hello again. Well, I suggest that for having concrete solutions or initiatives for this kind of problems, that most of them are for the youth in the region and not the only, I would say that our role as part of the youth generation, despite taking different initiatives or projects and volunteerism that we do from different NGOs in our region, what we need is doing and is forcing and consolidating the democracy in our institution, not just in Albania and Macedonia, but all in the countries in the region. So we have to advocate mostly for the democracy of our executive and our local authorities, for serving to the citizens and making that implementing of this public policy to have different effects and improvements to the youth and not only to these target groups of our society. Thank you.
Thank you, Donata, very much. Final question from my side. If all people said everything what they had, or there are more suggestions, thoughts, I don't know, because the parliament can act till the 12 o'clock in the evening, but I don't want it to be this kind. But let's be efficient parliament. So do we have more thoughts from the young people or from somebody who is here with us now? Or we said everything what we wanted to say on the first parliament of the future. Okay, I did not see raised hand. Okay, so from the members of the team of Youth Alliance Crucial, I would like to thank you for this productive meeting. Also, it is under air condition. It was nice to see that the young people are actively involved. I am inviting all of you to be part of our YouthDigiZone, which we are trying to make with our partners during the whole. You have started in the spring, the whole summer we are working. We will work also in autumn, and let's make digitally connected region together. Thank you very much for all people who participate on the event. Thank you very much for the guest speaker, for the patience and for inspirative thoughts regarding the end time. For them, for you, is very important. The time. We will invite you again on the next parliament. Till the next event of YouthDigiZone, I'm wishing you to have a good, nice of the day, rest of the day. Have a nice and warm regards from Youth Alliance Crucial. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
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 Bye. Thank you.
Goodbye. Thank you very much.
Bye. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.